Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all, and happy Super Tuesday.
Thank you.
It is, I come before you sometimes, and it's, I have to report on things that are not necessarily as rosy as they have been in the past. And 2015 ended up the year consistently tracking ahead of 2014, and the year ended, as you can see, if you look up at the count up on the left-hand side, 13.8% was our lodging and auto rental tax collections over 2014. And so what we were a little concerned about is that we might see a fourth quarter dip, and in fact, we did not. The year ended very, very strong. So I want to begin by saying thanks to the county for your support financially and helping us realistically achieve goals that are difficult to make in a very, very competitive environment. You can see that revenue per available room was up 10.7%. And I think what's significant about that, and that you all have asked me in the past, is how come we always trail the rest of the Front Range? And we ended up in 2015 being over the Front Range in terms of our revenue per available room. So that simply means that the hotels are managing their demand well. As they've been getting more occupancy, they were able to take their rates per available room and keep their rates up there. So that was so that's encouraging for all of us. You have the details of this report. I don't intend to, obviously, to go line by line. There are some significant results that we are happy to point out. That room nights that were booked for the year were up almost 20,000 over 2014, and those are future years groups that are booked coming to Colorado Springs. Our overall group leads down there towards the bottom was up significantly, which means that basically there's just more and more interest by groups in wanting to come to use our various hotels here in Colorado Springs.
So Doug, what would you attribute that to as far as, would it be people looking on the internet, or more marketing by you guys, or just the amenities that we have here that people are actually like finding out about because of your efforts?
Sure. I can say this, it's not on this report, but one of the things we're very happy to see trending is that our website visits in 2015 were up 700,000 views over 2014. So a lot of that is leisure, a lot of that is vacationers looking for information, but it is also meeting and event planners looking at Colorado Springs as an option to, so yeah, I think, Peggy, it's a combination of us being at the right trade shows as well as increased web traffic. So then the final slide, as a matter of fact, you can see it right up there, website visits. I'm sorry, I did forget that this was on here. 2,133,000 to 1,424,000 from the year before. So it just means that our search engine optimization and other things that we're counting on are helping get the word out that we're a special place to come. And let's face it, the economy was good. With gas prices down, it has encouraged people to be able to hit the road. And let us not discount in any way what Frontier Airlines will mean coming back to our airport with flights to Las Vegas and flights to Phoenix. I'll tell you a quick story. I was up in Cripple Creek with our new tourism director. And an interesting thing happened. Kathy Ritter, she was up there, and we were talking about all the great things happening in the state. I was talking about things that were happening here. And when we sat down, the mayor of Cripple Creek asked one of the casino owners to come up to the podium. And he said, so what are your thoughts about Colorado Springs Airport offering nonstop daily service to Las Vegas? You could just hear a pin drop. And he looked at Mark Murphy, and he looked and he said, anything that's good for the Colorado Springs Airport is good for Cripple Creek. And I thought, he gets it. He has the big picture. And then I jumped back up and I said, and by the way, in Clark County, Nevada, in the summer, it gets a little warm. And I think, those flights go both ways, and it's wonderful. We need to convince people in Las Vegas that they should come, and maybe Cripple Creek could be a good place for them to come in the summer. So anyway, the airport is just another thing that I think is going to help us in 2016 have hopefully another record year.
I'm the liaison over to the Airport Advisory Council for the county commissioners. And it's really interesting because, we've been talking to them, and they have put together some commercials now that are really fantastic commercials that we don't see here because they don't market them in Colorado Springs. We don't fly in and out of Colorado Springs. But as one of the liaison members had an opportunity to see that, and I think the rest of our board was sent the links too to look at. But they're talking about, beat the traffic. They have these like simultaneous guys where one's like flying into DIA, and it's like by the time he gets his luggage and gets his car and gets out of DIA and gets to the ski resorts, and then they have another guy who's like leisurely doing things, flies into Colorado Springs, gets the car, goes up the back way and all this beautiful scenery, misses the I-70 traffic. So they've done a great comparison there to really encourage people to skip the hassle of DIA and come down to Colorado Springs.
Yep. Again, thank you for what you have done to help us achieve our goals in 2015, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions from any of the commissioners.
I can't tell you how exciting it is to hear a story like that with the mayor of Cripple Creek and folks who get it. When we went down to Phoenix, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, I swear, time is going so fast these days, but we heard from some individuals who help with regional economic development, and they talk about that very thing. It is about the region, and what is great for the region is great for the region. It's such, it is so important that we all collectively kind of look at it that way, and I am thrilled to hear those kinds of stories. That's what's going to propel us forward, and it's what we have noticed when we've traveled to other cities over all these years, and we've looked at their the ways that they have been able to move forward in economic development. It's because everybody picks up the oar and starts to row the boat and does it together.
We're being told that they're going to break ground on the Olympic Museum in early April. It's kind of what it looks like. And we all know, as we talked about City for Champions, there was always going to be this and effect, the plus effect of what can happen. And it's going to be right out our back door here. And it's going to be exciting. And there are lots of conversations downtown here and other places. But I also know that regionally, they are excited down in Canyon City about what it will mean to have an attraction here that 80% of the people that come are going to be from outside the state of Colorado. So they know that as Colorado Springs improves its tourism, it affects the entire region. So to your point, big picture.
Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much.
Appreciate that.
Thanks.